Red dot sights for pistols and even secondary sights for carbines are becoming increasingly popular. It seems like everybody is jumping into the market. We all know the major brands, and some companies are coming in at maybe somewhat of a budget price, but does that necessarily make them budget optics? I recently picked up this Gowutar. I'm not sure exactly how you pronounce it, but it's the A20 micro red dot, and we're going to look at it, and I'm probably going to test it out to see if it's really something above, or if it's punching above its weight. All right, I'm not sure how you pronounce this, Gowutar, something to that effect. Anyway, this obviously it's made in China, and just by the name you can pretty much tell that. But then again, an awful lot of optics are in fact made in China. You know, some of the real popular ones are designed in the United States, made in China, but that doesn't make them necessarily any less viable or worthwhile to have. So this HA20 is shake awake design. It's cut for this particular one. Is cut for the RMR footprint. Now they make a number of other models. They make a 17 that I think is the RMSC, if I remember right. It says here it's 70-75 aluminum construction, so it's not a plastic housing. 70-75 aluminum is what's used in a lot of the top quality sites. 10 brightness settings, 8 daytime, 2 night vision, waterproof, shockproof, and fog-proof. This one is the red dot. They also make one in a green dot. And let's see what it comes with. Packaging is pretty typical, very reminiscent of one of my favorite optics, the Swamp Fox. Let's see. Got the specification sheet in here. 2 MOA dot size, fully coated lens, 24 millimeter objective lens, or well, not objective lens, but 24 millimeter lens, which really is pretty close to others. The Trijicon RMR is about 24. Let's see, the Swamp Fox Liberty is 22, the Justice is 27, so this is slotted between it. Just a little bit bigger than the Holosun C and quite a bit bigger than the Holosun K models. So, again, pretty much standard size. This does come with a 3-year warranty. It is shake awake, and it says that after 4 minutes of no motion that it automatically turns off. See, lens cleaning cloth. There's the optic we'll get to in just a minute. It does come with a couple of tools. Comes with mounting screws and a battery, and let's see, this looks like it's a 1632 battery. They say you get 50,000 hours out of it. For a 1632, that's found in many other optics, so I wouldn't necessarily doubt that. This one's a little different than a lot of others because it does come on a Picatinny rail. It is, of course, removable from the rail, and I'm going to actually not use the rail. I'm going to mount this on my Canik TP9 SFX, which did have an optic on it, took it off, put the sight back on. I'm going to put an optic back on, so it was just looking for an optic. There is no rear sight on this. I think the 17 has a rear sight. I do like for carry guns, I definitely like co-witnessed iron sights, because remember there are 2 types of red dots, those that have failed and those that will fail. Top mount battery does have screws in it already. We'll take those out here in just a couple of minutes. And it does say Gowutar on the side. It does come with windage and elevation adjustments, and it says they're 1 minute adjustments, and I am feeling just a little bit of a click in there. Not much. It's certainly not something that would be real tactile out of the field, but very, very little, very subtle if there any at all. So it is manual adjust. Increase for brightness, decrease to dim that, so you don't have to step through it like you do on some others. And again, I'm not going to show on camera the mounting of this on the Canik here, but I am going to put it on and see how it works. And again, I mentioned top mount battery, which is certainly a step up over the RMR that has a bottom mount battery, and it also, as you saw, it does come with a protector for it. So stick around while I mount this, and we'll get back with you here in just a couple of minutes. All right, it's mounted on the Canik TP9, and again, this takes the RMR footprint, and this is the number 2 plate of the 4 that are provided with the Canik. It is on. It is snug. I had to use the screws that came with the optic, not the screws that came with the gun, in order to mount it into the plate, but that's probably because I somehow misplaced the other screws. Anyway, it is on there. We're going to test it out just to see how durable. Now, I'm not going to do a Sage Dynamics drop test on it, but you can see the 2 MOA dot in there, which, by the way, is clear. For me, anyway, it is clear. I've got a little bit of an astigmatism, so I've got a little bit of tail showing off of the optic, but that's okay. Again, I'm not going to do a 2,000 round test with drops and burn downs and all that kind of stuff. We're going to see how this sight holds up against some of the others, and again, I'll shoot this a lot, and we'll do a range report on it. We'll see how accurate it is just for first mounting it out of the box. And again, this is a budget sight. This is right in the middle of a fairly crowded market. This is about $120 on Amazon, supposedly lists for about $130. But again, it does seem to be well made so far. Obviously, you're going to pay more for the more well-known brands like Crimson Trace, Swamp Fox, or Burris, and pay a lot more for a Trijicon, Vortex, or a Holosun. So the question is, will this Gowutar A20 hold up? How's it going to work? I will report back as soon as I get some rounds through it, and we'll do a range review on it. Thanks for stopping in while we take a quick look at the unboxing and mounting, and range report to follow.